Hi, my name is Raja Estes, and I am a PhD student studying neuroscience. And I'm here to tell you a story called The Cells That Protect Our Brain from Our Blood. So let me remove my scientist hat really quick. I'll put it on towards the end of the story, but for now, let's put on imagination hat. So let's imagine that I am a blood vessel inside of an old man's brain. And that vessel, me, I have seen so many things move past my tubes. So first of all, like vitamins, blood cells, water, oxygen, fat from all the burgers that this old man loves to eat, despite his wife saying, bro, your heart is not happy with it. But that's for another story. But I'm a special blood vessel, right? I am the tiniest tube in the brain where oxygen is able to actually move between my gaps and enter the space where the neurons live. And these neurons need that oxygen. They're incredibly sensitive, and without me and my best friend, who I'll get to in a second, they're not able to even feed themselves. So when I say that a neuron is sensitive, I mean sensitive. Neurons are really good at doing one thing, and that is yap with each other. They love to talk. And that's fantastic, right? They are able, with them talking, we're able to talk ourselves and see the world around us. The old man is able to walk forever and eat his favorite burgers. And that also means, though, that as an old man and as the blood vessel in him and as the neurons around him, we've all aged alongside him. And these neurons that live inside of his brain, they're getting old too, and they're getting pretty bad at their job. So now the old man is easier to take a fall. And whenever he falls, me, a tiny tube, I burst wide open as his head hits the ground. And now all of the blood and toxins and viruses that were flowing in my tube, protecting, or the neurons were fully protected, and now they're fully exposed. And so these neurons, they're sensitive, and once they get in contact with these toxins and this blood, they die on impact. Kind of dramatic if you ask me. But thankfully, my best friends, they're to the rescue. These guys are the cells that wrap around me and over 99% of the blood vessels in the old man's brain and in your brain too. And they make me really strong. And when I grow, my best friends are there to guide me to my neighboring blood vessels. And when I burst, like when I just burst when he fell, they clean all around the neurons and reattach to me, allowing me to regrow. These cells are called astrocytes, which is Latin for astro, star, and cyte, cell. So, unfortunately, because the old man is old, because the neurons are old, because I'm getting weaker as the blood vessel, so are my best friends. Thankfully, neuroscientists have stopped focusing, well, they haven't fully stopped, don't worry about that, but they've started focusing on my best friends called the astrocytes, and the other cells like the astrocytes. And using powerful technologies such as microscopes and genetic tools, they're able to see what molecules me, the blood vessel, and my best friend, the astrocyte, are using to communicate with each other. So then scientists can build their own molecules they call drugs to help ourselves, each other, do our jobs even as we get old inside of the old man's brain. So now let's remove the imagination hat really quick. Hi, Raja again, the scientist. I use these powerful microscopes in my own PhD work to study how astrocytes wrap blood vessels in the growing brain. And with a whole team of scientists hard at work studying these cells and how they interact with blood vessels, which are also growing alongside the astrocytes, we hope to identify the exact molecules that the blood vessel and the astrocyte are using to interact with each other, to form that wrap, and to hopefully initiate the reforming of those wraps whenever anyone falls, from a young child to an old man. So this will ensure that your astrocytes will always be your blood vessel's best friend and best protectors. Thank you so much.